So let's talk about Adrian Klemm, though. The Patriots look like they have rounded out that staff of theirs officially. Adrian Klemm from Oregon. He was their associate head coach, run game coordinator, and offensive line coach for one season up in Eugene. He coached the NFL. He was with the Steelers as well as their offensive line coach. Started his career at SMU as a grad assistant. Some interesting things on Klemm, just his tenure with the Steelers didn't end great, but it looks like he was on good terms with Oregon. So thoughts on Klemm as a football hire anyway, and what it will bring to this offense in general.
Yeah, I really am a fan of this hire. Former player in the league, has been coaching for a while. Oregon's offensive line was the best in college football this year in pass pro, 5 sacks allowed in 13 games. They also had the best play action package in college football this year in terms of the passer rating off of it. And as I know, offensive line coach, and he's the run game coordinator, that guy is going to help build up the play action package, because play action involves the run as much as it does the pass. You've got to set it up, right? So that's like, I think between him and O'Brien, you just have two really creative football minds in there who are it's going to look night and day from last year, really is. Now,
yeah.
Most of Oregon's run game last year, the heavy majority of it was read option. They're not going to run a lot of read option with Mac Jones, if at all. But
no.
You can build some of that into RPO type things. And again, it's just that creativity, some of that new age stuff. I think it's going to look refreshing. So I really like this hire, creative mind, a guy who is potentially an offensive coordinator in waiting. And I've talked about this before. If he's here for a good time, not a long time. He's going to want to go get that next head coaching job. When he gets that, you can potentially set up a seamless transition where Adrian Klemm is that next guy.
100%.
So, yeah, big fan of the hire.
He came in as an offensive coordinator candidate originally. He was one of the other candidates who interviewed before they ultimately hired O'Brien. So looks like you said, that could be a potential grooming situation. Have him in waiting to be the OC once. If and when O'Brien, goes to whether it be another head coaching job or whatever the case may be, that's huge. The other thing, and you sort of started to mention it, but the biggest thing I take away from it is just the way that they'll, be able to mend the fence with, and I keep using that term after we just talked about Brady and Bill, but, conjoin everything in the offense and make things truly feel seamless like they tried to do last year, because they changed blocking schemes in the run pass game all year last year. From camp, from week 1 and on, everything changed. And now that it's February 6th, they're going to have a full staff in here the entire time to figure out a scheme. What they did with Patricia and Judge was not an offensive scheme. It really just looked like put crap together and try and run.
Madden offense.
Yeah, exactly. So there was no, they didn't call a play and there wasn't anything to back it up on. It was bad. And now they're going to have Klemm here, who knows how to coordinate a run game. He knows how to set up blocking schemes with his guys, and it's going to help once, they get in the lab, figure out this offense together and be able to make it work to Mac Jones' strength. They didn't really do any of that last year. They just tried to put something together and it didn't work. Now it's going to truly be, O'Brien, Klemm, Troy Brown, probably Vinny Sunseri and Lawing getting together in a room and being like, let's create an offense that's going to work for everybody and that everyone's going to understand. So again, I think it's a slam dunk hire because, frankly, last year the OC and offensive line coach was Matt Patricia, and now you have Bill O'Brien and Adrian Klemm instead. That's 10 out of 10. You do that every single day of the week.
Yeah, I'd agree. Now, look, I see people saying they finally have a full staff. They have a full staff. I don't know that they're done. I'd still like to see them add an assistant quarterbacks coach, an assistant running backs coach, assistant tight ends coach, fill that thing out. But yeah, it does feel now like they could start the season with the staff they have as is, and it would be more than functional, which I think is a great feeling after last year.
Brady had his mother, father, Belichick, Gronk, Peyton Manning, and Pat Mahomes all on Let's Go. Sorry, I'm updating as we go. So not all together. I assume they're all different segments, but that's another interesting thing. So yeah, Klemm's here, hopefully here to stay for a while. I think it's just so much. Last year was just such a mess, and to have this really sense of security around your franchise quarterback that, frankly, it should have happened a year ago, so there's no excuse. And It's not, oh, thank God Klemm's here, everything's saved, and thank God Bill O'Brien's here. You still got to go out and ultimately do it, but a massive, massive, massive step in that right direction compared to last year.